Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest.
We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it?
He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, made me rip bones. But no matter how close my ancestors speak, they tell me they're tired of them praying on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I surpass peak, until they think we are equal. Please, all I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their palms would bleed, begging that generations remember our story.
What's going on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Rumble, IG, wherever you are? Blessings to you. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Shout out to my writers, poets, content creators, so on and so forth. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us yesterday. Great show. Sydney, Mia, y'all did y'all thing. Everybody a part of the comment section. Chef, R.I. Ether, Adrian, much love. Glad y'all can hang out, get a first in-person experience with us up here. You see the title? I do got a clip I'm gonna play. Shout out to Shaq. Night Talk. He covered this. He's reacting to a podcast with Tommy Sotomayer. I don't know how you. I don't want to fuck the man last name up, but y'all know who Tommy is. Some of you might not know. I'm going to play the video. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. I'm going to play the video. I'm going to give more context to it, and then I'm kind of break it down, because this is one of the reasons why, if I am ever to work with someone, I got to know who I'm sitting across from. I got to do research. I'm not about to just bring no random people up. Otherwise, things like this get completely messy. I ain't even talking about what happened between Tommy and Fatty. That's his name, by the way. I can't. That's. I'm gonna get there in a second too. But like this shit, it's not. You gotta have some real tough skin doing this. You can't allow people to be on your panel in the comment sections, influencing and controlling the narrative or the direction of the show, especially if you move and operate in a way where you want this shit to be respected and held to a certain level of standard. You cannot allow your guest to be treated a certain way. You can't allow them, like, you're gonna see. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna actually, matter of fact, let me go ahead and let me get this on the screen. Okay, so let me bring this up real fast. Now, let me go ahead and get some context real quick before I play this. So, the actual video is a half an hour. I'm saving you a half an hour. This is 3 minutes. And then within this 3 minutes, there is a panel of 10. A woman that I'm going to highlight. Matter of fact, let me just do this. Let me just do this real quick. Do I want this? Might have to blow this up a little bit so y'all can see what I'm looking at. All right. So you see this woman down here at the bottom of the screen. At the beginning of the conversation, she had made some comments and she felt as if it was disrespectful to ask a woman on the first date about her body count, about how many people she's been with. And I know a lot of people have issues with that. But she pretty much said, nah, I don't understand why. What's the point? She went on for a solid 3-4 minutes or more. Now that she was done speaking, Tommy chimed in. And when Tommy chimed in, well, you're going to hear it. I'm going to let you hear exactly what his response was to her. Now, this is where the audience gets it confused. This is where a lot of people on these panels get it confused. He's addressing something in general. She got offended because, like a lot of people, when someone is attacking a specific subject, they always personalize it to them. The shit didn't have anything specifically to do with her, but because he was calling it out for something that she didn't like, she personalized it. And if you're looking, she's on her phone. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. It's like 3 minutes. And then you're gonna see as he's talking, she's quiet, but she's on her phone. And then she disappears from the screen. And then the actual host of the podcast pops up on the screen. He's not there right now. You see 10 people here. You don't see the host. The host isn't on here right now, but he's going to pop up later on after Tommy says what he says and she disappears from the texting. This was his response to her.
How you fellas will feel if a woman tell you, take that condom off on the first date?
I'd probably give her a donkey punch. Well, I don't know. I don't mean that I would assault somebody just because of that situation, but I would be concerned. You triggered me. You actually hit a trigger me if you say that. Take that condom off. You dirty.
Niggas with a father know what she's saying is stupid immediately. Somebody tell me I'm lying. If you was raised around some men, you know what the she said was ignorant. Hell, she know it was ignorant, but she know niggas like and she can talk you simp niggas in the. That's all it is. You niggas like, I'm glad that Ali said it. Don't nobody give a shit about what none of these is being. We want to fuck them. That's it. I wouldn't ask you. I don't so many. I don't even know what their first name is. I don't know your name because that's not what I'm trying to do. But if it gets to the point where I want to have something serious, I'm going to ask questions. It was a shame, Ali, that she didn't understand. I used to love giving that analogy of business. How you going to tell me I should be more strict about where I put my business than where I put my penis? You a fucking idiot. No offense, young lady.
Now, you definitely just said she's an idiot. You can't say no offense. Yeah. Everything else, he was just saying, well, no, that's a fact too, so never mind. Yeah, if you say something like that, that's a fact.
You mean, you're not very bright. That's a fact.
If I put my in you and I get HIV, that's going to last with me forever. If I put my name on a signature for a business, I can separate that if it don't go well. As a matter of fact, black women are so fucking backwards. Think about how many black women y'all have heard say this word. They got a baby by a nigga and you ask, are y'all getting married? Nah, that's a big step. Hold up. You can get married in Vegas in a drive-through and get divorced the next damn day. But if I get you pregnant, you stupid, you got 18 years of this motherfucker. And then after that, you got to put him in the world and he could turn into Jeffrey Dahmer. But it make more sense for you to think about marrying me than reproducing with me. Only black women say stupid shit like that. And only black men listen to stupid shit like that because your mama probably was a stupid bitch like that. And she told you that.
Oh, she snitched. That's what just happened. She just called somebody and she snitched and she ran off.
She got everybody on the panel had a problem with what she said. Except for Miss Giggles over there, the one who's been giggling all day. I don't know if she had a problem, but everybody else thought that was dumb what she said.
She's just enjoying herself. She's having a good time.
She might have. She ain't said nothing to make me upset, so I'm good with you. How long you gonna sit there and just let somebody tell you you're wrong? Like how long?
She got passed around the room. Like, you're dumb.
I think even hosts deserve respect, especially if they actually treat you well. And the I don't know, Tom, if you're referring to her about the nose. I think you weren't. But if people are not treating you as an host, I don't think even if they're in the nose, you should treat him like that. I think that's very fair assessment. I think even hosts, if they're cool, we should treat them as cool hosts. That's what it is.
I treat hosts like cool hosts. Yeah, but I kept saying I tried to lead off with. But here's the thing y'all need to do. Y'all need to stop allowing stupid motherfuckers because you're being sweet and nice. What's wrong? How you fellas will feel if a woman tell you?
So that's it gets a lot more dark than that. It got way worse. Notice that she disappeared from the screen. She got offended by what he was saying, which wasn't a lie. And I'm going to address that real quick. Make it make sense. How the hell are you willing to have kids with a person, but you're not willing to marry them? Does that sound like a smart move? Does that make sense at all? That is dumb. Another thing, I'm just meeting you. I don't know you. I don't know what type of spirit you carry around with you. I don't know what kind of diseases you may or may not have had. So you want me to just trust that you're this great human being without doing my own research? I'm not allowed to protect myself the best way I know how. But I'm supposed to give you all of me allow you to run in my pocket, enter into my personal space, and do whatever the hell you want here without any pushback. Have intimacy with you without a condom on, not knowing what type of woman you are. I don't know if you like to get trains ran on you. I don't know if you had multiple people nutting inside of you. I don't know how you move. I wasn't here then. I didn't get to see all that. I don't know if you were prude. I don't know if you were white as snow. Y'all be out here acting as if y'all just be so fucking innocent. No, my nigga, you be doing some real dirty shit. You don't want nobody to know about that dirty shit because it's going to make a person move differently with you. So you want to rob people of the opportunity to decide if this is what they want to sign up for. Nah, that shit ain't right. Make that shit make sense. Nothing that he said was inaccurate. If I ain't really interested in you and you just somebody to have fun with, I don't really care to ask a lot of questions. I'm only here to do what I need to get done, and then it is what it is. If I'm taking you serious, I'm going through all the proper measures, which is dumb. That I do want to address. It is dumb. You shouldn't be treating people like that. But if you are going to be acting like a hoe, you're going to get treated like one. But in all honesty, men and women need to have more discipline with their bodies. Just because people are out here selling themselves short and giving their box away and giving penis away freely does not mean that you're practicing some level of maturity than other people. No, it does not reflect that shit at all. None. So he was spot on with what he was saying, but see, the problem is women like her, they want to know everything about you. How much you make a year, where you work at, have you ever been bald, do you have a history of illnesses, and all. They want the entire fucking history of you, but they don't want to give up their shit. So what happens? She got offended and she stepped off. Matter of fact, scratch that. She didn't step off. She turned her camera off. She turned her camera off because she had a phone call. So while he was talking, she was texting the host. She was texting the host, letting him know that Tommy is up here being disrespectful. Tommy's up here doing little. He's offending me. He's instigating. She instigated the whole thing. The host, he's not even on camera. He's behind the scenes somewhere doing whatever the hell he's doing. He gets a random message telling him to pull up. But he don't even know the story. He don't even know what the conversation is. He doesn't even have a full grasp on what she said out of her mouth versus what he's doing up there in response to what she said. And then you get him pulling up, which I didn't see is when he pulls up. You heard the last portion of it. But at the end of the entire conversation, he came in to defend her. It didn't have nothing to do with nothing else. She lied. She took what Tommy said at heart, was extremely offended. And then she went and gaslighted this brother because everybody that was every man that's already on the panel, everybody pretty much understood what he was talking about. If anybody up there had disagreed with what he was saying, they would have absolutely responded. Perhaps. I have a theory about that. But I would like to believe they would have responded. Somebody would have called cap on him if he was lying. But no, not a single soul up there said a single thing. She felt like she didn't have any help. She felt like she was being personally attacked, and she wasn't. But she's only offended because of her beliefs. She believed that you can be a guy and be like, oh, okay, I don't need to know if you suck dick. I don't need to know if you fuck with 100 men. I don't need to know all that. Come on, let's go ahead and risk catching a STD. Let's go ahead and risk soul ties with different spirits that you've been dealing with. Let's go ahead and risk my friend natural life. Let's go ahead and walk into this blindfolded while you know everything about me and I don't know shit about you. That's how she really felt.
Cut it out.
Nobody up there agreed with a single fucking thing. She knew she ain't had no help. And on top of that, she took it personal. It wasn't about you. So she went and got the host. And the host got chewed the fuck out. He came in there trying to save her. Which is funny because as he's trying to save her, he's creating an argument that has no bearing on a fucking thing. And this is why I say you got to be careful with who you bring on your platforms. Now, that particular podcast, they do decent numbers. They do good enough numbers to where they can get folks like Tommy on air and Jeff James on air. They do good enough to where they can draw attention. I don't know how they book their folks, but they're pretty good at it. Angry Man, for another example. So like he put it this way, he's already worked with Tommy. Tommy called him out on it. He's like, bro, you know how I am. You work with me. Y'all reach out to me all the time. And I come up here for y'all. Why are you acting surprised at how I approach any discussion? I'm very transparent. I'm very honest. I don't lie about nothing. What are you doing? What are you talking about here? The host, you got set up, bro. You got set up. I'm sorry. You absolutely got set up. The young lady, and that young lady ain't give a shit about you. She didn't. She put you in the whole trap, and you fell for it. And guess what? Not only did you fuck up business, even though I saw that you uploaded the actual argument in the video, I could do a reaction to it, but I don't think it's necessary. Not only did you fuck up the bag, all because of a misunderstanding. You didn't know what the hell she said out of her mouth, and you didn't understand why he was responding the way he was responding to her. You just jumped on the screen trying to defend somebody who was pretty much in the wrong. Tommy calls him a bitch and calls him this and calls him that. Says, look, man, now I see how you really feel about me. The host, you stuck your foot in your mouth for somebody who, first of all, she was fucking wrong. She was very, very dismissive of the entire conversation. She was listening to him, but she was listening because she wanted to start some shit up. She wasn't going to respond to him. She didn't want to look dumb going back and forth with him. So she sacrificed your stupid ass to do the dirty work. And Tommy was one of the few people that was bringing you money. He was bringing in views for you. So if I'm him, after I say my piece and I leave the stream, I'm not working with you no more. That was extremely unprofessional. Extremely. You should have been there at the beginning of the entire discussion. That way, you would have known exactly what was going on, and you wouldn't have stuck your foot in your mouth. Maybe you probably still would have. Because the thing that triggered Tommy was the fact that you tried to expose or call him out for being one way on camera, but a different way off camera. As far as with these women, you said a lot of stuff that someone who is doing good business with a person wouldn't say to him. If you had that real dynamic between you and this person, then you would have never said what you said out of your mouth. But Tommy already called it out, and he saw what was going on, and he exposed you. Y'all not even tight. I already figured that much. He don't even need you. He didn't have to come up there. You needed him, and he was doing you a solid. And you allowed that Jezebel to get you off your square, and then they exposed you for who you really are. And now look at it. You down one person. At least, hey, shit. At least you didn't have what happened to me happen to you, my nigga. I'll give you that. I said some shit up here months ago, and they took the entire panel. They took everybody off. I had the same number of people up here. And I said some shit about lesbians reaping what they sold for, dealing with the same gender, and people got pissed off that I said it, and they left with the other person. At least you ain't had that. but you live and learn. You might not like, here's the thing, man. You might not like the approach that a lot of people have on these panels, but you can respect it, or respect it enough to either concede or not engage. There's ways that you can go about moving with these situations. For her to be a grown-ass woman, she handled that shit horribly. That was absolute trash. You're a grown-ass woman. Y'all don't understand context anymore. I got a video that's funny as shit. I got a video I'm gonna upload here real soon and talk about this. It does. And I want to put this out here for future reference. Anybody that I work with or I build with, I'm going to have some form of a relationship with you off camera. I do not want to work with anyone I don't know. And if we do business, we're going to have conversations prior to us jumping up here. Because I don't want anyone to ever get in front of these platforms, have an argument or disagreement, and turn it into more than what it has to be. We're only here for conversation, not the extra shit. Another lesson that I've learned too is don't work with motherfuckers who got an ego and they prideful as shit and they think they bigger than life. I ain't mad at Tommy. I think he was spot on. I think he was extremely honest and pretty precise with what he was speaking on. But there's a certain level of arrogance with him that I ain't really rocking with. Like, I don't think he's anywhere near as bad as the woman that I was speaking on. The fuck was her name? That chick I just was talking about yesterday. I don't think he her. He's far from her. I could work with him. I could. But it's certain people that shouldn't. You just leave them alone, man. You're better off building your own brand, your own panel. That way you don't have problems like this. Tonight's conversation had the same issues. Fresh and Fit, same issues. Women like her get dudes shot and killed. Women like her get people put in jail. Women like her break up relationships. She set up the argument. Tommy took over. She reeled him in. Brought the host on. The host eating crow. He just lost a guest. But I guess it's good for clicks and likes. You managed to do that part, but at what cost? You trade Tommy for a woman who doesn't have the propensity to have a cordial back and forth, argumentative, bratty, petty, sneaky. Every time something don't go her way, what she gonna do? She gonna report your channel. She gonna go tell on you. She gonna go get somebody to jump in for her because she can't handle the conversation. It's not going the way she wants it to go. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
What's that? You fucking idiots! You're all fucking idiots and you fucking suck!
They'll be all right. They're gonna still do numbers. But I guarantee it's gonna hurt the channel a lot. Because you didn't know what the hell was going on. You just stepped in on something without understanding the whole context. So for me personally, I took a lot from this show. A lot. Not even just the show itself, it's just the way that it was run, the way that things went. Now, my brother up at the top left corner, he did his best to mediate between Tommy and the other dude. But when it boiled down to it, that young lady created something there that never had to exist. And because of that, she cost that man money. She didn't help make him more. She helped cost him. The moral of the story is build with your own people organically. If you want to work with other people, don't do it so much that they get comfortable looking at your platform as if the respect isn't there. I think Tommy handled this as well as possible. I can understand why he was frustrated and angry. You came in at the 30 minutes that I saw, you wasn't present for the whole thing, jumped in, attacked him because of something that she said, that gossipy shit. You allowed her to tell you something that happened without knowing what actually happened. And now look at you. You're looking dumb as hell. Context, communication, research. And you of all people should know this. You have way more viewership. You have way more people that watch you and follow you. You've been doing this shit longer than me. I mean, in terms of being extremely successful at it. You don't do what I do. I do a combination of everything. But you've been doing this shit long enough to know better. I be having to look at shit like this because I want to make sure that I don't ever put anybody in a uncomfortable position to pick sides. I have to be neutral always and call it how I see it, whether or not you agree or disagree. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. So, good luck moving forward. I'm sure you'll be fine without them. Hopefully, or perhaps, y'all can figure this out off camera, but after the way that man spoke to you, I know I'm cutting ties completely. I'm not dealing with that. I'm out. This is my platform. You talking to me like that? Hell no. Even if I wasn't wrong, fuck that. Y'all be too addicted to drama. I'm not about to have all that up here on the screen. That's toxic as hell. But I digress. I'll see you guys later on. You know I'm always in the lab. I got Sydney pulling up tonight. Is her segment. So if you're around, tap in, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with your boy this morning. I'll see you on the flip. All right. Oh, do me a solid before you go, if you would. So,
push the goddamn button.
peace.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, made me rip bones. But no matter how close my ancestors speak, they tell me they're tired of them praying on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I surpass peak, until they think we are equal. Please, all I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their palms would bleed.